in this video. We're taking a look at the brand new Backlight Bounce sound pack in GarageBand iOS. Let's do it. Hi, my name is Pete and welcome to Studio Live today. And yes, we do have some brand new sounds to talk about here in GarageBand on your iPad or your iPhone. It's called the Backlight Bounce, a Slap House pack. Now, if like me, you don't know what Slap House is, stick around because you and we're going to find out together. If you're new to GarageBand, to get your packs, all you need to do is here in GarageBand, where you've got this, when you've started the new project, jump over here to Sound Library. It's just to the left of the keyboard. Tap on that one. And if you have the latest GarageBand and the latest iOS installed, check the details down in the description, then you can download this one. All we need to do is tap on that one. We can preview it like we just did, or we hit this Get button, and that's going to download this pack. And what do we have on offer in the Slap House pack, the Backlight Bounce pack here in GarageBand? Let's take a look. So what do we get in this new sound pack? We've got 350 new Apple loops, we've got 6 new drum kits, 24 new Alchemy synth patches, and 1 live loops grid. Now, let's not bury the lead here. I was kind of hoping for something a bit different here, and I know many of you were too. A metal pack, a rock pack, a jazz pack, something different. We got another electronic pack, but there's some cool stuff here under the hood, so why don't you and I jump in and take a look. So now that we've got this downloaded, let's check it out. I'm going to hit the done button there, and we're going to check out the drums first of all, because we've got 6 new kits here, and the way I like to check out drums is using the beat sequence. So we're going to tap on beat sequencer here under drums, and in the bottom left here, we're going to tap the modern 808. We're going to hit our recently downloaded, and we should be able to find these brand new drums. If we scroll on down, there they are, Backlight Bounce. We've got Dark Secrets, Fluid Shadow, Pure House, Radiant Flow, Super Solid, and Warm Embers. I mean, come on. If that's not a party time Saturday night, I don't know what is. So what I'll do is we'll play each one of these just so that you can get a bit of a feel for what they do. Let's start with Dark Secrets. Okay. Yeah, that's cool. We'll go with that. What about Fluid Shadow? Let's turn this one on and see what this one has to offer. So we've very much got some housey, electronic-y kind of sounds here. In fact, the next one indeed is called Pure House. What does this bring? Yeah, you got those classic drum machine sounds there with your clicks and your claps and all your bits and pieces. Radiant Flow does this. Okay, not bad. What about Super Solid? That was my nickname in high school. Let's try it. Probably my favorite one so far, a super solid beat. And what about Warm Embers? Let's curl up by the fireplace. Oh, I take it back, super solid. Warm Embers is where it's at. Let's record in some Warm Embers because we're going to build out a bit of a track here with this new pack. Let's hit record. And we only need 2 bars because we can loop that sucker. We'll come back out to our track view here, and there you go. So using these new drum kits, you can do that. And of course, you can use the new drum kits with any of your other drums as well. If you wanted to, you could come in here to your regular drums. You can go to your more drums, and you can go electronic here, and you can find them in there. If you go recently downloaded, you can come on down here and find them here under Backlight Bounce, and you can bring them in here, and then you can play them to your heart's content. So that's pretty cool. We can play around with those in our own time. But we've already got a bit of a drum beat going on here. Let's go and explore some of the other cool things that we have in this new pack. More than 350 Apple loops, you say? Well, I'll be the judge of that. No, I'll legitimately be the judge of that. Let's go back and add some of these. So to add loops, as you may know, we tap in the loop icon in the top right corner here. And the way to actually filter these to just the new loops is to hit the filter by button here. We're then going to go to our sound packs here. And we're just going to tick on Backlight Bounce. Still a weird name, I don't know. We're going to go back to our filter by, and there we go. We can now go back to our Apple loops, and boom, these are all of our new loops. And you can see here we've got some of these green loops. These are our MIDI loops, and I explain those in other videos, which you can check out here on the channel. So what these ones do, if we tap on this, ooh, listen to that synth bass. So these are actually going to bring in a MIDI loop. So let's just bring this one in here and see if this works with our original one. So we can bring this in. We've got our warm embers and now we've got our cosmic harmony. What do these do together? They kind of work. And that's the cool thing about these packs. They all kind of work together. The other types of loops you're going to get in here are our genuine Apple loops. So these are a WAV file. So as opposed to the green ones that bring in a MIDI file, as you see there, these ones are just going to bring in a loop. So what are we going to find? Let's do some loop roulette and just randomly, oh look, we got some warm embers down here. These have got to work well, yeah? Why don't we go the warm embers clap and we'll bring this in over the top of our warm embers beat. And this should sit in nicely here. Let's take a listen. Yeah. That's what I'm talking about. Very cool. We can add more Apple loops here. We tap there again, and we got some. We'll scroll on down. We'll use these warm embers again because we've got a bit of warm embers going on here. We can use like a synth pluck or another one. I kind of like that one. Let's bring that in, the loop there, and then we get this going on. Yeah, I'm not a fan of that. We'll undo that. And that's the beauty part here. You can undo things as you go. So there are a heap of loops to play here with. And 240 plus, there's a bunch of cool stuff in here. You've got a whole bunch of kick drums. A bit of that business going on. You've got some tom drums. Yeah, even a bit of brass. That was surprising. Yeah, there's a whole bunch of cool stuff in here. I'm actually getting more and more impressed as we go through here. I thought we would have nothing. We got something. What about something like a hi-hat? Yeah. Let's bring this hi-hat in over the top of our clap and our beat. And now we're cooking. Now we've got something coming together. Let's take a listen. I like it. So plenty of Apple loops there to explore. It's just going to add to your pack. And you know what? The more Apple loops you have, the better. They're not going to be for me and they're not going to be for everyone for every track. What else have we got here? Let's jump back to the sound library and take a look. All right, 24 Alchemy patches. I do love me some Alchemy synths. So let's jump out of here. We'll hit done. We'll go back and we'll add a new instrument here. We'll add and then we'll scroll to our keyboard. We'll tap on the Alchemy synth here and it will go in by default to our Epic Cloud Formation. Now I like this. But the Epic Cloud Formation has been around forever. We want something new and fresh, and we're going to get it from this pack. So the way that we go to this, let's just go all the way back, so I'll show you how we get there. So we're here in Alchemy Synth, but we want just our newest Alchemy Synth sounds. Is that easy to do? No, not really, because we can't actually find it just from in here. But the way you can is to go to Recently Downloaded, yeah? And then we can actually find our pack just from in here. So there you go. Recently downloaded Backlight Bounce. So don't go into your Alchemy Synth and get lost. Come into here, and then you got all of these. Now, you got a lot of bass. Yep, so there's a heap of these are different bass. So we got like a bunch of bass. Let's take a listen to a couple. We got the sharp cut bass. Right. We got some smooth short bass. There's a whole bunch in there that you can play around with. Again, more for your electronic and your house sounds. We've got some leads. What about the Just About Brass lead? That's pretty cool. I don't mind that at all. We've got some pads in here, like the Majestic Rise pad. Whoa, I don't mind that at all. We've got some sweep FX here. We've got some brass. We've got some cool stuff. What about our high-rise pluck? Oh, I do like that. We're going to go with that. We're going to go with the high-rise pluck. So we'll come out here. Let's lay down a bit of a high-rise pluck sound, I've got to say that carefully, over the top of the beat that we've already laid down with this pack. Let's do it. There you go. Are you ready to rave? Do you have your glow sticks out? Maybe not. But yeah, I like this. It's cool to experiment with different types of music. So let's just play this back and see what we got so far. Yeah. All right. I'm not hating this. and I kind of thought I would. Let's add another instrument here. We'll go back in here. We'll go back to Alchemy Synth. Just to remind you how we find these. We've got to go back in here, main categories, and then all the way to recently downloaded, down here to our Backlight Bounce. And let's find something else, something interesting. What about some pads? What's this? I like this Majestic Rise pad, didn't I? Yeah, let's just throw some pad underneath here. So like, we can play a bit of a chord, can't we? Let's play a C minor chord. By the way, if you don't know, most of your loops and things here are in C minor. You can change that. You can come up here and you can change it. It says C major. It's actually C minor. So we can change these, and if we wanted to say go to say E minor, it will actually change everything. Take a listen. In fact, let's just do that. We'll change that to E minor, just so if you're building a track yourself at home, you can play along. So we'll go to E minor here, which is an easier chord to play in, because... yeah, let's just play this. All right, so we'll hit the record button. Let's play in these chords. Go. And of course, with everything, we only have to play it in once because we can then use the power of the loop. So we'll bring this back and then we'll loop this sucker out there. And what have we built in like less than 10 minutes using this new pack? Let's take a listen. I'm not unhappy with that. So there is one more thing left to look at here, and I wonder if it's going to work in with everything else we've done here. I've never quite tried this before, but let's take a look at the live loops grid, shall we? Now, if you've never used live loops here in GarageBand, here's how you do it. We tap on our instrument selector here, and you may not have seen this before, but up here where you've got your tracks view, you can also tap on live loops view, and oh no, it takes you to somewhere very, very different. Here's all of our different live loops grids, and if we scroll across to the right, we should find a new one. In fact, there it is right there, the Backlight Bounce. And if we tap on that one, it brings up our live loops grid. I've got a video about live loops. You can check that one out in the description or at the end of this video if you want. But the basic premise of this is we can tap anywhere in here and it will actually play back that loop. Now, you can either tap on individual loops like this, and it's going to play just that loop. You can tap on multiple loops, so you can play different loops from different patterns and build out your own sort of sound to stop that. Or you can actually tap down the bottom here, and say we wanted to play all these sounds together, we can tap over here. Pretty cool, yeah. So if you've never explored live loops, and yeah, you can scroll up and down over here. You can scroll up and down to see everything because there's more down below here. So when we play like this, all right. Now let's see if we can actually add some live loops over the top of this. I'm going to use one of the simpler. We've tapped it. I'm going to use one of the simpler ones, like this first one here. So we'll just tap on this, and all right, let's just add this in here and see if this is going to work with the rest of our tracks. So we've already hit the play button there. We're going to hit record here, and it's going to start recording things in, and we can play in as we go along. So let's try this now. So you can see what happened there. I just tapped down here and then I tapped over here and it added in all of these tracks. If we go back to our track view here now, look what's happened. Our tracks have exploded because all of these live loops ones have been added in here. So you can see we've got all of these additional tracks in here now. So you don't have to use both. You don't have to use track view and live loops view. You can use them individually or you can bring them together like this. But the beauty of these packs is that you can actually combine the two together and get a sound, cross your fingers and your toes people, that sounds a bit like this. So, is that going to win any awards for the best like electronic music of the year? Probably not. But you can see the power of this, yeah. You can see what you can do with this. You can use your live loops and your tracks together. You can mix and match to your heart's content. And with packs like this, it's only adding, thank you, Motorcycle Man, it's only adding to all of the cool things that you can do here in GarageBand. So what's my verdict on this one? Well, anything new is good, yeah. Anytime we get new packs, it's a good thing. Backlight bounce. Backlight bounce. Pick bounce. Like bounce. Backlight bounce. What's it called again? Backlight. Oh, it's changed.